But we do want to get into a little recap of the final trailer. The last episode of the season is happening next week, and we got the season finale trailer. So let's take a look and break this down clip by clip.
Next on the Kardashians season finale.
Oh, they're so cute.
I have this amazing vision.
Okay, just Chris looking at are those
Chris is looking at her
gingerbread
house.
houses? Yeah.
They are so
Yeah, I don't know.
extra. I love it.
In
I mean, look at those
every
houses.
facet.
They're great. I wouldn't even have room. I
Yeah.
have like a bunch of the little tiny ones that I could put like on
Right.
my like a mantle or something. Like this woman, I'll
Right.
rent one. Chris, what are you doing? I love it.
But
love it.
she's not impressed because she hates the interior in the next clip. Let's just go ahead and watch the next one.
I can't. You're not wrong. That's right.
In my
Oh my
head.
goodness.
The toys are perfect.
The perfect gift to give my kids. The inside of the houses, however,
This is a little messy.
Yeah, this I don't like either.
okay.
This is horrible.
I mean, it's like,
What does she want?
is it first world problems or is it Kardashian Jenner problems? You know, like those are even
my
on two different levels at this point.
What the heck does she mean the interior? That desk is
It must be the
just as nice as the
wallpaper.
one that I work at that came from West Elm. It's fine. That is
Oh,
hilarious.
Chris, she's got expensive taste. Let's watch the next
I
clip.
love it.
We're getting like a ton of backlash. A lot of it fell on me. Boohoo approached me about being their sustainability ambassador. This is not like one person's.
Okay, see, this is the exact reason that I am currently in my Courtney Stan era. She had a bit of a controversy with Boohoo. You know, she was promoting it being their sustainability ambassador, and people are like, it's fast fashion. The two cannot coexist. Instead of just brushing it under the rug like some of her other sisters are doing, and I don't even have to talk about it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She's addressing it head on. You can tell that they're going to take some time in this next episode to really dedicate that to it. She's having team meetings. I mean, what do you make of this?
When I saw this, I immediately thought about Balenciaga because I was like, I want to know
Yeah.
what's going on with that too. And I was like, and when I saw this part, I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna just double header, take care
Slide
of
it
it all
in.
at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything, and I was like, well, I hope that's one of the things that they forgot to put in the trailer. But I love that she's taking this and that she's addressing it. I think it's great. And I mean, I completely forgot about this, to be honest with you, because of just so many other things that have come up in the Card Jenner world. So the fact that she's taking this and addressing it and everything like that, that's accountability right there. And at the end of the day, being in the public eye and being a viewer of the person in the public eye, the only thing that I can expect is somebody to take accountability and to try and implement whatever they need necessary to move forward, you know? And I love
Yeah.
that she's doing that.
And at least tell your side of the story, you know, because people are still going to
Exactly.
watch this. Bringing this back up, people are still going to be pissed at Courtney. Like there are people out there that are going to
Right.
be, you know, on the hater train, whatever. The same thing would happen to Kim with Balenciaga. I feel like the one thing that maybe holds Kim back, or maybe two things, is the seriousness of what happened with
Right.
Balenciaga. You know, this stuff with Boohoo and what happened with Balenciaga, I think are on two little bit of different scales when it comes to, I mean,
Totally.
they're both important, don't get
Mhm.
me wrong, but obviously, you know, without going into too many details about it, that and what Kim's working relationship with Balenciaga is currently and what it will be in the future. So maybe it's something that she's like, I don't want to drum this all back up, you know, in case there's going to be a deal somewhere down the line and we don't get it because, you know, I brought this back up on the show. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right. Totally. No, I agree with you. And like you said, yes, it was two sisters that went through something with some clothing companies, but it was very different in their own right, in terms of like the severity of it too. So
Right.
I love that they're using at least they're talking about one of them. I will say that. Um I really like the fact that they are utilizing the opportunity for Courtney to kind of show her side. That's why I wish that they would talk about the Kim situation. But there may straight up just
Yeah.
be legal things that Kim just can't talk about it. It's better off to just avoid the whole thing. We don't know that side. And that's what people aren't
Yeah.
gonna necessarily immediately think about. They're just gonna say, where is it? Oh, they're not gonna
Right.
think a
Right.
little bit deeper there sometimes.
Yeah. And this is a good example of how sometimes the Kardashians put things out of order in this show because Courtney's
Mhm.
Boohoo scandal was in September of 2022. And then you have Chris picking out Christmas presents. I mean, I
The
don't know. Does
Christmas.
Chris go
Ah,
shopping in
yeah.
September? Who knows? Like sometimes my mom will go Christmas shopping on Amazon Prime Day in, July. So who
Fun.
knows? But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and watch our next clip.
I've officially started the process of changing my son's name. So I'm going to do.
I never called him Wolf, ever. Like, it wasn't even on the list.
Okay, I don't know one how you can sign a birth certificate saying that your son's name is Wolf if it wasn't on your short list of baby names. And again, this just feels kind of like a weird timeline thing where they're saving, what they think is going to be the most dramatic stuff for the very last episode. But at this point, are we so over this Wolf name drama?
I don't know why they can't just go with like Steve as a name. That's where I'm at. I'm just like I get that they want to have like super unique names. I get it. But Wolf in general, I was just like, what? And then just the fact that all of the drama, sorry, but just the fact that all of the drama and everything like that's going on, it's not, I want to say I don't care, but I care about other things
It's
that are going
okay.
on in their lives as
You can
opposed
say
to
you don't care
that, you know?
because I don't care about this. Like, we don't.
I don't
We
care.
don't. We know the baby's name is Air now. Like, we don't need to see 15 minutes of like, I don't know. I guess the one thing I will be interested to see is like, she said it wasn't even on the list. So how did it get from the list to the birth certificate? That's not going to take
That's what
15
I'm
minutes, which
wondering.
is like probably what they'll spend on it, but I don't know. At least we'll get some answers.
Yeah, I'm excited to at least learn about it because I never knew that this was going on until way after it happened anyway. I think I was late to the
Mhm.
party to even find out that there was another baby. So, I mean, I was just late to the party with the second kid altogether through the timeline.
Right,
But
right, right.
I'm glad that she's got it all situated now. And yeah, I'm curious to learn more about how that wasn't on the list of names and then that became the baby's name.
The name.
So,
Yeah,
the name. Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Okay, I
then
think we have
yeah.
2 more clips to get to, so let's move on.
It's been a rough week.
This was just a really, really shocking way to start the
Okay, also in this moment, what did you think?
I was just like, what the heck is going on? I felt like this was really cryptic and I didn't see quite this coming in terms of the lineup of the trailer. I
Mhm.
don't know. What was your immediate reaction when you saw this?
I honestly thought that that's when they were gonna talk about Balenciaga. I don't remember. I feel like it was in January or something, because Chris is like crying. I
Hmm.
didn't really get like the plain reference. Maybe Kim was just trying to like get away. This was all in my head. Like
Yeah.
Kim's trying to get away for the weekend, like something happened. And then, Kim is like, none of us expected this, which I thought could maybe be something like that. But I guess, the plane in context of what we know now, the family did fly to Tristan's mom's funeral, which maybe is where
Hmm.
they got this footage from that they just included, which will just lead us into this final clip about Tristan.
All of a sudden, you're stripped of the caretaker that you had your whole life.
He was just like screaming on the phone, trying to tell me that she's gone.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to
Yeah.
be an emotional episode.
His mom.
Chris is really going through it. I believe that they did have I don't know how close, but Tristan's mom was like there when Chloe announced that they were having a baby, and we've seen Tristan's mom on the show at family events. Um, it's really sad. I mean, I know that we all have very strong opinions about Tristan, especially since we've been watching the show from the beginning. And at the end of the day, we do want Chloe to be happy, and the way that he's treated her in the past has not been great. But
Hmm.
also, if you watch this family from the beginning, you know that they protect each other. And, once you're family, whether it's Scott, whether it's Tristan or whoever. So what's your opinion on this final clip?
I when I put two and two together and figured out that it was about Tristan's mom, I love the fact that they are so supportive. I think that that is such a good trait that the Kardashians have like just displayed to everybody. I love how close they are and how close knit. Like you said, despite how people have been treated. Um, the biggest thing that I'm kind of curious is like, why is Tristan getting the finale though? You know what I mean?
Mm,
That's kind of the
mhm.
interesting part with having him because we really haven't seen him at all this season. We've heard about him. We haven't really seen him. And then it's just like I'm wondering what it is that's making even I'm not saying that this doesn't deserve to be an episode, but I'm wondering why the finale. That's kind of the biggest thing that I'm thinking about. And from a viewer's perspective, I'm just kind of like there just must be a lot going on in this last episode, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, historically speaking, they probably want to save some of the most dramatic stuff for the very end. And like you said,
Mhm.
this was a major moment. Nobody was expecting this. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, it is just strange. It's just strange to me that, and I know we hound this point to death, but we all lived through that Balenciaga scandal. Like, we all know that it happened. And Kim,
Yes.
whether she wanted to be or not, was in the middle of it because of how closely connected she was to the brand at the time. So I feel like to say nothing at all about it, even if they come out and say we can't say anything because of legal reasons, and, it's like Kim in a confessional, just like we see Chloe right now. And she's crying, saying, I
Right.
don't know what to do because I'm going to be canceled if I do say something. I'm going to be canceled if I don't say something. There's legal stuff involved. So I'm sorry. This is where I have to leave it. I would respect that more than nothing at all.
Me too. I feel like you're just tap dancing around a huge elephant in the room. And
Mhm.
I just, kind of even going back to like with this being the finale, what I think is super interesting is the fact that like the person who is not a Kardashian, who has not historically been very great to Chloe, he's getting his a good chunk of an episode and he's getting the finale. And I'm not dismissing the
Mhm.
passing of the mother. That's not what I'm saying. Um, I just think that it's just interesting. I think, like you said, I mean, Valencia, there's more to pull from, So
Yeah.
either add another episode or let this be something that Tristan goes through with the Kardashians in private. No need to roll cameras on this. We know about this. Let's roll cameras on the Balenciaga. Or, like you said, just do a confessional and just say, hey, I can't talk about it for legal reasons. At least it just kind of puts everything to bed because I feel like half
Yeah.
of the reason, I mean, obviously I'm watching the entire season for this, but like, and because I do watch the show, but half of the reason why I was watching the show is because I wanted to know about it. I was ready for
Yeah.
Balenciaga and Dolce and Gabbana, and I was let down in both. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, dang it.
And it's just
But
an interesting like paradigm to look through it at the lens of, okay, if you're a producer, let's save this moment for the very last thing that people are going to see that puts the Kardashian family in a very good light, right? They're supporting
mhm,
Tristan regardless of his past. They're there for him. He's going through a hard time. People are going to sympathize with that, as anyone with a heart and emotions would sympathize with somebody losing their mother. But it's a very opposite feeling of, that feeling compared to, let's save really the most dramatic thing that happened to them in the past year was this scandal. Let's save that for last. And it's going to piss some people off that we're bringing it back up, that we're not addressing it, that we're not doing enough. So I think it is a strategic decision, to end this season on a positive note. But like we've said a million times before, we really don't have to talk about it anymore. It's just a missed opportunity, I think. And yeah, I think honestly, it kind of, and I just can't think of another way to say this, but cheapens the authenticity of the show because they really are deliberately picking and choosing what they want to talk about, what they don't want to talk about. It's a reality show. It's supposed to be about the reality of their life. But
mhm.
it is what it is. I mean, I know we still have one more episode, but overall thoughts so far on this season?
I will say this season for me, it was like I don't want to over. I know I've kind of like come down on it a bunch. I didn't not enjoy watching it, but in terms of like I feel like this season for me was more something that I'm going to throw on in the background. I'm going to clean my apartment, I'm going to do my laundry, I'm going to feed my cat, and I'm going to cook. Like I don't feel like
Yeah.
there was any moment where I went and stopped everything, sat down at my couch, jaw open, like it's been
Mhm.
in the past, and I
Mhm.
love the fact that the girls are executive producers. I think that's awesome because they have a right to be able to see what the heck is going out there. I feel like they've earned their stripes because they've done reality TV for so long. But on the other end of
Mhm.
things too, it is a double-edged sword because they have the ability to pick and choose exactly what's going to go out there, and in the spirit of reality TV, that doesn't necessarily always make for the best reality TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
overall, I've enjoyed it. Will I go back and necessarily like rewatch it like I have like with other seasons of their show, whether it's this or Keeping Up? Probably not. I don't think that this is going to be the season that I go and rewatch for fun. I don't think. But what about you?
Yeah. I mean, at least I watched it. I didn't watch season
Right.
2, so so going
Progress.
forward because I mean, season 1 was banging. I loved season
Mhm.
1. That was definitely they started really, really strong. But then, last season I just got so bored and I could not get back into it. This season has had moments, good moments, interactive moments. I feel like, they are addressing some things that the audience wants them to. So it's somewhere in the middle of the road for me. Like you said, it's more of background noise at this point. But at the end of the day, we do love the Kardashian family, no matter how many opinions we have about them, about their show. And you guys, before you sign off, let us know your opinions about this season, about this episode. What do you think? We love to hear from you guys. So feel free to drop a thought, an opinion, a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our panels. As always, I'm your host, Morgan, joined today by Hannah, and we will see you all back here next time on Shared News. Have a good day.